just want to start with your doing your birthday video of giving people. Now, I don't know if any of this will be part of the video, but it helps me in my note taking.
Okay.
Because my penmanship is so bad. What do you want people to know overall for your birthday presentation about you?
Part of the legacy that I will be leaving behind.
I've been looking through these family pictures, and it just, like I said, it's been warming my heart just looking at the expressions of love. What is it about your family that you love most?
Well, you have to compartmentalize my family.
Mm-hmm.
There is my family of my mother and father that I know my biological mother through the stories that I have heard.
Ah.
Okay?
Mm-hmm.
And my biological daddy, when I saw him the first time, I was 6 or 7 years old.
Oh.
Okay? And that's a story in itself.
Yeah.
Because he was in Tampa, Florida, and I was in Sumter, South Carolina, because my biological mother, before she died, said, I want Callie and Horace to have my baby. I want my baby to grow up in a Christian home. Now, I lived with that all my life. Because I had a brother, I don't think he knew my name. Wes was grown, and I was still his dead mama's baby. Come here, dead mama's baby.
Wow.
That was my name from Wes. And nobody ever better say anything, touch his dead mama's baby, or do anything.
Oh, I see I see what you mean. Okay, wow.
Yeah.
Let me ask you, sister. Oh, go ahead.
There's that family.
Oh, before you go on. Go ahead.
That I love, because that family has the sisters and brothers attached to it. Then there's Callie and Horace Seals, that the mama and daddy, the only mama and daddy I knew until I was about 6 or 7 when I knew my biological daddy. And that's the family who nurtured me, the family who instilled in me everything I needed to know and had to know, because my mother was a God-fearing woman.
Mm-hmm.
You know, my daddy took us, you know, and he sat outside and waited for us. So, but by the same token, I have the love of 2 sets of families.
Let me ask about your biological mother. Refresh my memory. Did she know what she was dying of? She said she wanted you to be in a Christian.
Yes. I am told that. I am told that the doctor had said to her that she could not have any more children. If she had another child, she would probably not make it. And my daddy being daddy, that women were put on earth to give birth and have babies. Yeah.
So she made
but I was told that. I wasn't old enough to hear it and know it. And my daddy and I never talked about it.
Wow.
Yeah.
Okay, I interrupted you. You were going to tell me about the other. You're doing different compartmentalizing the family love, and so we have your.
Oh, because I have sisters and brothers that I did not know. My Callie and Horace Seals helped to take care of them because Carolina was a grand aunt.
Oh, repeat that one more time. I think somebody was trying to get on your phone. Say that line again.
Okay. I said I had sisters and brothers that lived in Sumter, South Carolina with a grand aunt.
Oh.
And they came to live with her because my daddy tried to keep all of his children together, except me, that he gave to Callie and Horace. And my sister Frances, I was told, had to cook standing in a chair. And when her clothes caught fire the second time, my father said, I cannot risk losing all of my children. So he then took them to Sumter to his wife's aunt, Anna, and they stayed there. So they were a across the tracks, as we said.
Okay.
And they came to my house in Sumter 2 and 3 times a week. My mother fed them. She bought them clothes. My oldest sister took whatever clothes she had that my oldest sister wanted because she could wear them. If there was a school program, she came over there and got clothes or whatever. So I saw them. But nobody told me that they were my sisters and brothers until my brother told me one day.
Now, okay, your brother told you, but did your sisters and other brothers know that as well, or just he knew that?
No, they knew it.
Oh, everybody knew it but you.
They weren't going to tell it because my oldest sister says, don't say anything. She was running the shift. But my brother and I were playing under the house, and you probably never heard of this, but it's a little game that you play doodlebug, 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 come. And you're playing in the dirt until a little worm or something comes up. And while playing doodlebug, doodlebug, my brother said to me, you are my sister, you know. And I said, no, I'm not your sister because I don't have any sisters nor brothers. And he said, you old big dummy. I'll never forget it. He said, you old big dummy, I am your brother.
Wow. Now, again, how old were you and how old was he?
Herbert's about a year and a half older than I was. And I don't think I really started school at that point. I really don't. I don't remember. But I started school a year early. So I say I was 5, maybe just turning 6. But at any rate, they all went home, carrying their goodies and bags and loaded down. And I went in the house and I said, Mama, Herbert said that I was his sister. And she said, oh, that's okay. We'll talk about it sometime. and that was it.
Did you ever have a talk, or was it swept over?
Yes. Oh, yes. She was a storyteller.
Oh.
And after church, we came home, and we just relaxed, and she would tell stories. So this Sunday after church, she's telling me this story about the bear, rabbit, the mama, and the daddy. And the mama had all of these children, and the mama got sick, and the mama was about to die. And the mama wanted the baby to be taken care of. And she went on and on and on about the story. And when she finished the story, she said, you know who that little baby rabbit was? And I said, no. She said, that little baby rabbit was you.
Wow.
And I started crying. I cried. My daddy over there is mad now because he said, I told you not to tell her. You didn't have to tell her today. So that's when they decided, my mother decided that it was time for me to meet my biological daddy.
Oh.
So she took me by train down to Tampa to see my daddy.
Now, do you remember anything of that trip? That must have been a several-day trip back then.
No, it was a full day.
Okay.
Because we were going from Sumter down to Tampa.
Okay.
And my uncle was the first black engineer on the train.
Now there's a story. Wait. Let me put you on. That's a story. I'm making a note here. Hold on. You got this family branches. Okay. I'm going to circle back another day on that one. By the way, this is going to become. All these conversations are going to be available to your family as a digital archive.
Okay.
Don't tell them. What I'm going to do is I'm going to put this like on YouTube with like a nice picture of you. And then your grandchildren, anybody wants to can click on it and they can listen to it later. This is so much material. This is stuff that if you were making a project, people would normally cut this out. I don't want to cut this out. This will be a totally separate thing. This is this is too good. This is wonderful. No, seriously, this is wonderful family history. So I'm sorry. Tell me about your uncle again.
Okay. Now I was about to tell you how I met my biological daddy.
Well, no, tell me about the train. And real quick, your uncle, you say, is the first black engineer?
Yes, in Tampa, Florida. Uncle Smitty. Yeah.
All right, we're going to come back to Uncle Smitty another day, but I find that fascinating.
Okay.
All right, so tell me about, continue, go ahead. Went down to Tampa.
Okay, so we go to Tampa, and we're living with my Aunt Janie, who is Callie's sister, and my daddy is their brother, Oliver.
Ah.
So my daddy, I am told, had always said he would know me. Irregardless of what age I was, he would know that I was his daughter.
Oh.
So they decided to test him. So my aunt Janie parked, well, she drove me by first, and she said, see that man up there on the porch? That's Jack Clark. Okay, I want you to come back, and I'm going to tell you what to tell Jack Clark. So she goes around the corner, and she parks. And she said, you walk back and tell that man that his sister Janie has a flat tire and need him to come and help.
What a brilliant family.
So I walked on around there, and I said, are you Mr. Jack Clark? And he had been there so long until he spoke broken English and Italian.
Wow.
And he said, I'll be for Jack Clark. And I said, well, Miss Janie, your sister, is around the corner, and she's got a flat tire, and she needs you to come and help. He jumped down off the porch. He grabbed my hand, never asked me my name, and we started walking down the street. The neighbors on the outside, Jack, who is that pretty little girl? Is that your daughter? And he said, no. He said, but, honey, how old are you? And I told him how old I was, and he said, that's the same age as my daughter. But we kept on walking. He never asked me my name. So my mother, Callie, now, is getting concerned because my daddy got to stop and talk to all these people about this pretty little girl. My mother, Callie, comes around the corner because she's scared. She doesn't know what's happened to her baby.
Right.
He looks up and he sees Callie. He picks me up and runs up and down the street and tells everybody, this be for Vivian. This is my baby.
Wow.
And then that's how I met my daddy.
Now, let me ask this real quick. Why is it that he spoke broken English? And I figure he was among Italians, but do you understand why was he from an island? But why was his English broken?
Because he'd been down there so long, sometimes he spoke better Italian than he did English.
Wow.
Yeah, that whole community that he lived in. Yeah.
Do you know where it was in Tampa?
Evo City.
Sister Smith, you got so many offshoots of things I got to research. This is wonderful. Oh, my goodness. Well, here, I don't want to take much more of your time. I don't like to wear people out. Is there anything else any memory you want to share in closing? Anything? You can jump around in your life. We don't have to be linear. You can just...
No, that's okay. Whenever we finish, we'll do it again another day. That's all. I got all kinds of stories, honey.
And I can't wait.